ZANU-PF is in fear mode, and they are trying to try and recapture the state because they are losing grip of the state as it is. Why I'm saying this, if we are going to have an election tomorrow, you remove Mnangagwa out of you remove Mnangagwa, who is going to be the next president of ZANU-PF in the first place? And who's going to lead ZANU-PF? So I feel so much so that ZANU-PF has aligned its internal struggles, and it has taken those internal struggles and made it a burden to the country, because you realize when there are internal struggles within ZANU-PF, it overflows to the country, and this has been happening for the longest of time. You go back to look to say, why are they automatically changing these laws? What exactly are they trying? Is it for the betterment of the country? What exactly? You'll find it is for the betterment of ZANU-PF and trying to maintain the status quo of ZANU-PF as a political party. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the development of Zimbabwe and the progress of Zimbabwe as a country. Look at all the amendments that they are trying to make, and look at ZANU-PF. You'll see that it has everything to do with why I'm saying this. You look at the issue of the military, ZANU-PF fears that the military which is there could not be as loyal as the guys that came from the bush, and they can stand up one day and remove ZANU-PF or remove whoever will be in power after rigging election and stuff like that. And they look at the issue of the term limit. They are trying to extend this because they want to do internal restructuring until they find a suitable person who's able to take over after Mnangagwa. Currently, there is no one. It's the same issue that happened with Mugabe. Mugabe, from 2008, there was that internal friction within ZANU-PF that he kept on postponing his stepping down as the president of ZANU-PF because there was no one to take over. There was internal division, there was G40, there was everything which was happening within ZANU-PF, which was destabilizing ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF could have been a non-entity way back, but they tried to renew themselves. You come again to the issue of indirect voting of the president, where the parliament has to vote for the president. They are afraid because they know that the master riggers, or the people that have been holding this fort of rigging, maybe in the years to come might not be there. And it's going to affect the outcome of the presidential election. And they know that if they lose the presidential election, they no longer have the power to do anything. They are just going to be parliamentarians like the opposition has been. And the best way to do it is, let's go there, let's do Lokuzen, let's allow the MPs to vote. And they know that they've captured most of these places. Today, as we speak, the opposition cannot go to some of the rural areas to freely campaign. So you automatically know that, okay, this area we can't vote freely, and we can't have an MP from the opposition party coming from that area. So it's going to be a loss. You see, so these are some of the things we should look deep into to say, why are they panicking? Why is ZANU-PF panicking? I know I saw a tweet by, I think it was Chamisa, who spoke about saying, no, if the president is a good person, why is he running away from the election? Why is he so afraid of the people, of taking these issues out to the people and asking the people, if he's truly elected, he's truly loved, why is he running away from the people that love him? To say, guys, do you agree with what I'm saying? Why is he not putting the referendum back to the people of Zimbabwe? So I feel ZANU-PF is in a panic mode, and they are trying by all means to survive. ZANU-PF is in a survival mode. right now, because there is no proper leadership, there is no exit plan from Nangagwa. There is a whole lot of mess within ZANU PF that they didn't anticipate that the day will come, and the day has come. Even if ZANU PF today says, okay, Vision 2030, 2030 is coming, and who's coming next after Mnangagwa? And that is the greatest battle that they are fighting. And that battle, unfortunately, is spilling over and affecting Zimbabweans, how we vote, how we live, how we elect in the status quo, because they know, okay, if we can capture the majority, then we can decide who is the president. And they know this is very funny, because even if they don't capture, if they don't have the majority, like what I know in South Africa, what happens, they can go and negotiate. Okay, we'll give you the president. Okay, we'll give you the speaker. Okay, we'll still remain in charge because we need ZANU PF numbers to make the 50 plus 1% so that we are able to elect the sitting president. Oh, okay, so they are going to, so it's going to give them power, because they are going to sit in a parliament. Even if they don't have the majority, they are going to sit in a parliament where they are able to negotiate and they are able to be part of the government. So these are some of the tactics which are there. But I think we need to do something as the people of Zimbabwe. I think it's high time we started deciding our direction as the people of Zimbabwe, and we start refusing what ZANU PF is giving to us. So anyway, thank you so much, Uncle Gerald, for the opportunity.
Right, thank you very much. You know, yesterday tezora vangu padare pavakauya vachitaura kuti hanzi vakataura nyaya yema-affiliates, kuti tasaone ma-affiliates kuwanda kwaaita, tasaone ma-affiliates asanokwaningi. What these people are not, realizing is whatever it is that is happening, that party is long gone. The ZANU-PF is being replaced by my affiliates, and this is why we are having zvinhu zvakadai so zviri kuitika mukati menyika yeZimbabwe. They've lost, their founding principles. They've lost their foundational principles as a political party, and now they've replaced what used to be that party with its founding principles with zvima-affiliates zvavo zviringocreatwa every day izvi. They think kuti izvo it is a way of consolidating their hold, or their way of making sure that the political party is now popular, or ZANU-PF is now popular, more popular than the opposition are in Zimbabwe. But what they are not realizing is the creation of those affiliates is a way of Emerson Mnangagwa destroying that political party, not the ZANU-PF. Because that is all now they can, or that is all what, they are just, talking about. When Chris Mshangwa, comes and tell us kuti ZANU-PF this and that is just, a sideshow. The real game ravo ravari kuita riri kuitika kuzvima-affiliates ningi izvozviya, and hence we are where we are today as a result of those things.